about human welfare either. Because remember, this is the vice president we're talking about. The vice president of the United States is talking about Reddit, Twitter drama while we're at the precipice of 40 million American citizens losing their SNAP benefits, as in 40 million Americans are about to starve. Okay? 40 million Americans are about to starve in 2 days because the administration does not want to use the existing $6 billion that they have in their contingency funds to keep giving money to people. They are going to go to food banks, which will not be able to make up for the lack of SNAP benefits that they get. These are some of the most underserved people in the country. Many of them work. Many of them, even larger numbers, can't not work. As a matter of fact, they have dependents. They have children with WIC. And JD Vance is over here, as the government is fucking shut down, talking about this shit. It blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind. I cannot believe that this is where we're at. Department of Homeland Security Secretary, once again, literally killed her puppy. Point blank executed her puppy, dumped his body in the landfill. None of these people care about animal welfare. The administration is shutting off 40 million people's SNAP benefits because they simply don't want to fund it. They simply want to make people suffer. Okay? They don't even care about human welfare. And this is what he's talking about. What will it take for Americans? What will it take for Americans to realize that this is clearly another cycle of distraction? These people do not care about you. They do not care about their own voters. Because remember, the reason why the government is shut down to begin with is because the Democrats are not funding the CR because they want to make sure that the Republicans come back to the table. This is the only point of leverage that the Democrats have. They want the Republicans to come back to the table and fund the ACA subsidies so that their own voters, Republican voters in rural ass places, still get some semblance of subsidies when they're paying for their health care. Okay? That is the argument here. Democrats want to fund healthcare, and Republicans are dangling the starvation of 40 million Americans in an effort not to fund healthcare. What is going on? This is where we're at. This is where we're at. It's incredible.
It's one of the ways, we really sort of test people is yes. if Atlas responds well to them, if they like Atlas, we know.
And by the way, the dumbest people on the planet still in this chat will turn around and say, bro is deflecting. Brother, there is no deflection. She's right there. Okay. You're fucking stupid. I can't entertain your hallucinations. But beyond the hallucinations that you're engaging in, please recognize that your parents, your grandparents that rely on SNAP subsidies are going to fucking starve, okay? Wake up! Like, that's what I mean. That's what's so crazy about this. Like, first of all, it's not even a deflection. You're talking about a fucking vice president that also has spot trained with the place command their own dog. So he knows what that is. He knows that that's not an abusive practice at all. Many people don't. Okay, many people don't understand it. The very fact that JD Vance knows what that is, knows his own Department of Homeland Security secretary shot and killed her own puppy, means that they don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Or he's just straight up saying, yeah, we want a bad person, a sociopath. Hasan, please don't go with the ticket saying it's not abusive. You're going to get clipped, please. I mean, what can I say? What he is, the vice president is comparing me to a serial killer here in this clip, even though his own dog has also gotten spot training as well, like knows the place command as well.
Yeah, they're good people, but you can tell if somebody's really mean to animals. You know, it's like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Yeah.
Like every serial killer ever has actually been really bad to animals. That's sort of how they.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even disagree with that take, except I'm not really bad to animals. I love animals. I care about animal welfare a lot more than fucking JD Vance does. In any case, that's where we're at. This is the New York Post's podcast, apparently. I didn't even know. But JD Vance saying that while his own DHS secretary, the same podcast and interview, spoke with Kristi Noem about her dog. By the way, bland segment overall, but she has spoken to Kristi Noem. Putting a puppy down, as JD Vance talks about judging your character based on animal treatment. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Let's take a look.
And the dog,
you learn lessons from it.
The dog was a danger, or you felt that it was going to be a dangerous dog. And
the dog was actively killing animals for fun. Had been massacring, chickens, and then had tried to bite me and attack me. And from working all the time with animals like that, when and in our state and in states and across the country too, that is something that happens from time to time, and keeping children and people safe is incredibly important. When at that time we had little kiddos around every single day, in a hunting lodge we were operating, and people that I knew that I needed to take responsibility for the situation.
Yeah, so I mean that's something I think farmers understand, people on the land understand.
That's crazy. That is crazy. It's just like, it's all politics, man. It's all politics. That's what it is. That's what it is. And it's so funny that these motherfuckers will be like, instead of, the motherfuckers will still be like, well, actually, you're just deflecting away. Like, you're just deflecting. It's like, this is the best taken care of dog on the fucking planet. Okay? Kaya lives a better life than 99% of the people that are screaming about how I'm abusing my dog because they saw like 10 clips in sequence. And obviously the broader point here is that we always assume that video is a format where what you see is what you get, and it is very easy to, or it's not so easy to manipulate people, as opposed to text where you can take something out of context or make something utterly devoid of context. But in fact, video can also play a formative role in that. Okay? Video is also just as malleable, especially in the format that I exist in, where I'm literally live 24/7. That's it. That is where we're at. Blonde Bob, thank you for the 100 gifted. JD Vance openly admitted that he was lying in the past about the Haitians eating cats and dogs thing. And then he still turned around and said it. Look at this. Look.
This was, if you remember, the big controversy about all of the migrants who came into Haiti. 20,000 immigrants, Haitian migrants, in a town of 40,000 people. So you blink your eyes in Springfield, Ohio, and you wake up and literally a third of the population of your town is now Haitian immigrants.
And eating cats and dogs.
Eating cats and dogs. Now, Biden paroled those immigrants. And
it's so funny. You're milking it. It's just crazy because like no one actually turns around and goes, maybe this is an op. The other side of this is also like people in the margins, people who fucking like despise JD Vance or Donald Trump. Under no circumstance do they ever go, wait a minute, these are my fucking allies here. That's weird. They don't ask themselves, they don't ask themselves why the vice president is even bringing this shit up. It's fine. You know, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Evicted from the house because there are people who are going to pay more for rent. And then what happens is 20 people move into a 3-bedroom house. 20 people from a totally different culture, totally different ways of interacting. Again, we can respect their dignity while also being angry at the Biden administration for letting that situation happen and recognizing that their next door neighbors are going to say, well, wait a second, what is going on here? I don't know these people. They don't speak the same language.
Insanely racist, bro. I mean, I cannot, dude. We are officially straightforwardly in like neo-Nazi territory with the way that these guys talk about things. Voter profiles from 2024 came out, so you can see just how fucked the average American's politics are. Oh no, I know. We got. Anytime I want to see a median, anytime I see like median voter stuff, it breaks my brain. I immediately have to hit a fucking hard reset.
That I do, and because there are 20 in the house next door, it's a little bit rowdier than it was.
Dog, your wife is Indian. Your wife is Indian, big dog. What is happening? This is what I mean. Like, this is what is just so crazy to me. Brother, your wife is Indian. Your children are Indian, okay, of Indian descent. And you're out here hitting white supremacist lines over and over again. Like, I don't understand it. These people do not even consider their immediate family members when they talk like this. Do you not realize that this kind of sentiment, if it continues to fester, will inevitably make your wife's life much harder, your children's lives much harder? I guess a lot of these guys get to talk like this because they kind of feel as though their wealth and their position will protect them. But this is a very dangerous game. Okay? This is a very, very dangerous game that they're playing. I don't think they understand. I do not think they recognize what kind of impact this will have in their own lives if left unrestrained. Okay? It's the same principle behind like Peter Thiel and Sam Altman and all of these other freaks who, brother, you're talking about the vice president. I think he's gonna be okay. Yeah, for the time